Welcome to Hope City Double Overtime. We're coming at you a second time this week because we want to talk about something exciting that we are, I want to say getting ready to start, but it actually feels like getting ready to continue in a new way.
Absolutely.
And it's called The Wait.
The Wait.
Talk about what The Wait is, Pastor John.
Yeah, so the best way that I can explain it, we have just walked out of 6+ weeks worth of study on the presence of God, and through the lens of the Old Testament, really the picture is Moses finding himself in the tabernacle, ready to listen to the voice of God, and the weight of the Spirit of God descended in this cloud above the tabernacle, where Moses would receive revelation and then come back out of the tabernacle with revelation for the people. And the picture in the Old Testament is very much one man experiencing the weight of the Spirit to bring revelation to the whole. And the more we studied this beautiful picture of the weight of the presence of God in light of the new covenant, the idea has changed. It's now that the weight of the Spirit of God is available to all people, and revelation is ready for all people if they're willing to experience the weight. So we've just decided that as a church community, Sundays are beautiful, and we love Sundays, and God's been doing some incredible things, people getting saved, discipled, but become a part of community.
We got baptism
coming up in a couple weeks. So it's just amazing things happening. And still, I often feel like Sunday morning is maybe a little truncated, that, we got stuff we need to do. And again, all to the glory of God, we love that. But what would it look like to create space where people can come and experience the weight of the Spirit of God, where we can slow down, focus our hearts and attention on Him, and through it receive the revelation that God has for us? So, yeah, that's the wait.
Yeah. So practically, what is that going to look like? What is the wait?
The wait, I think, practically, I'm not really sure if it fits into a, hey, you're going to come and X, Y, and Z and the third is going to happen like it normally would on a Sunday morning. It's really a place for you to encounter the presence of God and the weight of His Spirit. And so I think that can look a lot of different ways. We will have, you can definitely expect worship in the vein of singing, but I was having a conversation with Pastor David as we're getting ready for this, and he was like, one of the main things is that my heart is that people understand that worship isn't just singing, and I'm right there with him in that. On our podcast, our first podcast, not Double Overtime podcast, but we talked about some people journal, some people do this, like all of that is worship. So really wanting to create a space where we're together as a community, but also you are having a conversation with the Spirit of God, or you're in His presence, or you're journaling, or whatever that looks like for you, but giving you the space in which to do that together and separate.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So when is this happening?
So the date is absolutely slipping my mind right now.
Sunday, November 23rd at 6:30. We will be having our first wait.
Can't wait.
Who is invited to the wait?
Anyone who wants an experience with the Lord. Like, really, it's open to all ages, all group structure, like no matter who you are or where you're at,
teenagers,
all of our expressions.
Yeah,
we're really excited about that. So that's the who.
Yeah. I will say to my moms, because as a mom, I think about moms. We'll have the mom rooms open, but we will not have children's programming. But if your little one wants to get in their little carrier and worship, we'll have space for that. But yeah, it's, if you're a teenager and you're like, I want it, then we want you to be there.
And we kind of talked about the what a little bit, but it is an simplification, but say like it is a worship night.
Yes.
It is like, we want you to come on Sunday morning. Sunday morning's going to look like it has.
Yep.
But then if you're one of those people who's like, I wish I could stay at the altar longer.
That's what it is. It's that
maybe you come to the 9 o'clock and you're like, oh, they're walking in for 11, but I'm not done yet.
Yeah. It's that I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
It's that, it's that thing where it's like, you're at the altar and you're like, we could just keep going. Or is there more? Or I had that feeling again this Sunday at second service at North. We closed it, and I was like, feel like there's we could sit here for a little bit longer. So that is the I mean, this is your heart. It was birthed out of a phone call of just being like, I just don't feel like I feel like there's more on the table, and so I think we just want to make space to get all of it.
Yeah, and this is the reason why, maybe you sense in us a little bit of a hesitation to label it. But that's why, because we really do want to make ourselves available to whatever the Lord wants to do. Although there will be worship involved, there'll be some form of exaltation. Yeah. Not necessarily a sermon, but there'll be some guided journeys that we take people on.
It's definitely structured, but not in the way in which we experience on a Sunday morning. Yep, so if you're coming for another Sunday morning experience, that's not quite what you're going to get. But if you're coming for a free-for-all, that's also not what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
I know we started with the why, but kind of what would be your hope for someone who shows up to the wait to experience in that time, kind of the why in that vein?
Yeah, for both Moses and Joshua, those experiences within the presence of God prepared them for the journey of the next day, right? So Moses received instruction for the people on how to navigate life in the desert. Eventually, we even read about how Joshua, as a young man, was experiencing some of this time. But eventually it was Joshua who became the one that was listening on behalf of the people and experiencing the weight of the presence of God. And in both cases, it prepared them for their journeys. God is looking to do such rich and great things in and through us for the sake of his kingdom in our community, that we would bring hope to the broken and purpose to everyone. I'm just believing that this time in his spirit, in his presence, time experiencing the weight will bring revelation for what's next on the journey for so many individual people.
Yeah, I can't wait. And not because it's just funny to say that.
Yeah.
So we would love for you to be there. If you're watching this, if this somehow made it to you, that means that you are invited. If you are part of the Hope City family, you'll be hearing about this a little bit more between now and then. But mark your calendar. We'll see you then.